Welcome to the BluPants Remote Lab. Our remote lab allows you to have the same experience you would have in an in-person robotics coding class. Once you log in, you will have a live view of your robot on the right panel, and on the left, you will have the IDE. All you need to do is to start coding, just like I'm showing you guys right now with some sample coding. Some sample code here. Let's just make the robot go forward and backwards. And when you're ready, when you're done coding, you just click play, and then you can watch your robot live as it execute the code you have just created. Cool. Now that we know what the remote lab is, let's do a lesson. Oh, by the way, at the end of the lesson, we're going to show you how to log in to the remote lab. So for the lesson today, let's visit BluPants.com and go to lessons. And then I'm gonna open the slide deck here so we can go to the lesson number 10. The lesson number 10 is about localization. We're gonna see how to use the distance sensor and some repetition loops so we can know where we are at the track and complete the mission, the challenge. Okay, let's take a look on our challenge. So the challenge today, we have this initial setup here, the same one we see here on the live camera. So our mission is to write some code so the robot can pick up this block and deliver it here close to this black box. The black box is a construction site, and the workers need the block to be delivered within a range 10 centimeters away from the box. So we'll need to use our distance sensor to make sure we are within the 10 centimeters range before we drop the block close to the black box. So let's see what is the mission exactly. So first we have the robot on the initial position, and we'll need to move one square forward to get close to the block. Then we're gonna grab it with the close command, move one extra square forward so we get to the corner. Then we'll need to turn right. Now we are on the direction towards the box. So we'll need to start moving little by little and using our distance sensor to know how far we are from the box. And then when we get close enough within the 10 centimeters range, we are gonna use our open command to drop the block and move back one square and complete the challenge. Okay, let me put the robot here back to the initial position, and let's start writing the code to solve the challenge. As we've just discussed, the first thing that we need to do is to move the robot one square forward, then we grab the block and move forward again to get to the corner. So this is the easiest part. We just move forward one square, and then we use the claw toggle command and close it. So we grab the block, and then we move one square forward again to get to the corner. And now that we are at the corner, we'll need to turn right. So we have the robot looking at the black box, right? Just like this. And we'll need to start measuring the distance between the robot and the black box that we want to deliver our block. So in order to do that, we'll need our function readDistance. But once we read the distance, we also need a variable to store the value that we've just read. So let's call our new variable distance. So I'm going to set distance to whatever value the function readDistance returns me. So now we know how far away we are from the box. One good practice is to, after measuring the distance, we sleep 1 second before we do anything else, so we get a more accurate measurement. Okay, so now that we know how far we are from the box, what we need to do is start moving little by little until we get to the 10 centimeters range. So what we're going to do after we know the distance, we're going to start moving our robot forward, but rather than moving one full square, let's move just 15% of a square. And after we do that, we'll need to read the distance again and check how close or far we are from the box. So let me duplicate this command here, and after I move, I read the distance again, and as I just said, let's sleep another second so we get a good measurement. And I'm going to repeat this over and over again until I get to the 10 centimeters range. So since I'm repeating this move 15% square and reading the distance, let's use a repetition, a loop statement here. And for this specifically, the best one would be the repeat while, because the repeat while will give us a exiting condition where we stop repeating the commands that we have inside here. And as we just see here on the picture, our exit statement is based on how close or how far we are from the box. So we are going to repeat this while, let's add some logic here. So this logic block. And again, let's use our variable distance because the distance is our reference. We're going to make decisions based on this distance. And what we're going to do, we are going to keep moving forward while that distance is greater than 10 centimeters. Because as we see here, if it's less or equal 10, we are done. So we need to keep moving forward this 15% while our distance is greater than 10 centimeters. So let's add our 10 centimeters here. Okay, so now we know we're going to repeat this. We are going to move little by little, 15% of a square until we are while our distance is greater than 10. Once it's less than 10, we're going to exit this loop here because we know we are close enough to the box, to the construction site. Okay, and now that we know that we exit the loop, it means that our distance is less than or equal 10 centimeters. So all we need to do is to drop the block with our claw open command and then move one square backwards. So to complete our challenge, let's use the claw toggle and open the claw. So we drop the block and then we add the move backwards to the end just after the claw open, and let's click play and watch the robot go. As you can see, it's moving forward now. It's going to turn right, and now little by little it's moving towards the box and checking the distance until we get a value less than 10 centimeters, Yes, drop it and move it backward because the value was 2.96. Yeah, that completes the challenge. Okay, now that you know how the remote lab works, let's see how you can get access to it so you can use it on your next remote learning class. So Google for Real VNC Viewer, click the download, and then select your operating system. In my case, I'm using my Mac OS. So I'm going to download VNC Viewer by clicking here. Going to save the file. And it's downloading. And once the download is complete, you just click it to execute the installer and install it in your computer. Now that VNC Viewer is available, you just run it. I'm gonna say yes, I trust this application. And then I'm gonna log in with the bluepants.remote@gmail.com account. So if you want to access our remote lab, please contact us so we can provide you the credentials so you can log in. Once you log in, you're gonna see the BluPants remote lab available. You double click, and now we are using the full Raspberry Pi credential, which is username Pi and password Raspberry. And that's it, you're logged in. So in order to use the lab, the first thing you want to do is to open the live camera so you can see the robot on the track, just like we have here. And after that, you open the BluPants IDE so you can write some code for your robot. Once the page loads, click play here so you can see the connect to the robot and see the camera. And now you can start writing some code. So I'm gonna just, for the sake of demonstrating it, I'm gonna move forward and back with the robot. When I click play here, you're gonna see the robot moving on the live camera. Yeah, and that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.